Alright, it's May 5th and it's a beautiful day out here in the garden right now. The sun is shining and the birds are singing. And this is just kind of a bit of a walkthrough on what's going on in the garden today. So over here I've tried to empty out some of my compost bins. Unfortunately, scraping off the surface, most of this still seems to be quite frozen. So hopefully some of that will defrost a bit and I can get that back out onto the garden. It's quite chunky and quite thick. But what I did scrape off, although not the black gold you may be able to buy in a store, still works fairly well. It's still fairly chunky. But for my garden, it works even better than finished compost because being partly broken down, it's full of mold and fungi, and that mold and fungi becomes food for the worms that are just underneath the leaf litter sitting here. And so it's really just providing more food for them, and they will turn that into worm castings in the garden for me. And I really don't have to worry about it. It'll be broken down by them. Still got a little bit of work to do over there. Some of the pathways, the old cardboard is exposed. That's not good. Really, I'm hoping to get this entire area, get rid of these garbage bags. That's what the leaves came in, so it's what I had and it's what I decided to use because I didn't have enough leaves to cover the whole area, but I think I'm just going to cover the whole area in leaves. As soon as I get enough, these plastic bags are gone, but they've served their purpose. There's a lot of things coming up in the garden, a lot of perennial stuff, so I've got my chives, I've got my walking onions, I've got rhubarb, all my potted up fruit bushes from last year and then from this year, they're all leafing out now. I've got to find out where I'm going to stick those. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, but well, as a mess it still works, so I'm not worried about it. Moving along to the back, yesterday I decided to carpet this whole area in leaves. This is again part of the fruit orchard that the grass really, excuse the wind, the grass really swamps a lot of these fruit bushes and it's hard for them to grow. There's a lot of competition, so I'm taking that lawn and just doing the same thing, and I am creating a forest floor for my fruit bushes to grow in. So again, that's a lot of work. It's something that should have been done before I put the plants in, but, well, had the plants, had to do something with them, and I'll just work around it and put the forest floor in afterwards. Right now, that's about it for what's going on in the garden. And, yeah, just better keep working on and getting some stuff done. And, oh yeah, bought a greenhouse. Well, basically it's just a large hoop house or a high tunnel. Gotta set that up and put it out in the garden too. Work, work, work. It'll be worth it. Oh yeah, and the chickens are coming. Got them lined up. They'll be here next month, and I've got to do something with those piles of pallets, some of that siding, and get a coop built in a month. No pressure. And if that wasn't enough, I've still got to put the siding on this thing and a window. Oh, and I've got to turn those windows into a greenhouse. What the hell am I getting myself into?